Hello and welcome to Downsized. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized. Today we're actually in our dining room. You haven't seen this room before. Say hello. She said, we're sitting in front of the china cabinet. I said, yep, we sure are.
I mean, it's not really very organized, but
it's fine.
It's just how we roll here in the Durham house.
That's right. This is our weekly weigh-in where we tell you what has been going on in our lives, what's impacted our GLP-1 adventures, and of course, the numbers. Everybody always wants to know the numbers.
We talk about all things GLP-1 weight loss related. I'm on compounded tirzepatide. I've lost about 50 pounds, but then Thanksgiving happened. But I've lost about 50 pounds since September 29th of 2023. This is our 59th week on our GLP-1 journey. I just happened to note that as I wrote down my stats.
Yep.
Christopher, what medications are you on?
Let's see, I have used tirzepatide, ZepBound, and Mounjaro pretty much interchangeably over the course of the last 60 weeks. So I started on the compounded version, went to Mounjaro, working with my local doctor, had some health issues we wanted to make sure we were monitoring closely. Then when ZepBound was released for obesity, switched to that. And then due to shortages, have gone back and forth among all three. They've all worked exactly the same for me. The same weight loss, same side effects or lack of side effects. And it's worked well. So
yeah, I've been on compounded tirzepatide through my whole journey, except for 1 week where I took one of his ZepBound shots because we were on vacation. And I didn't notice any different effects. So I started, I guess we'll just go right to the numbers. I started my weight loss journey at 193 pounds. Now I weigh 145.8 pounds. So that's down 47.8 in total. And I had been down 50 in total. So I was up this week a little bit due to Thanksgiving and traveling. We traveled to my mom's house for Thanksgiving, and I overdid it a little bit, and I didn't really get a lot of activity in. So I was up a little bit. How about you?
yeah, same thing.
How much were you up?
Let's start at the very beginning, shall we? I started at 286.5 pounds. I'm 56 years old, 5'10.5". For those of you measuring,
I'm 55. I'm 5'4.25", and I have 3 kids.
Yep, yeah. Me too. So anyway, so started at 286.5. For those of you following along, my goal weight is 190 pounds, which is a weight that my doctor and I arrived at after looking at a bunch of charts and having conversations and the whole 9 yards. So as of this week, I am 202.7. So for those of you following along, I am up 1.5 pounds from last week. So last week I was 201.
I thought you were 199.
I wrote it down. No, I wasn't 190. No, I wasn't in the 100s. I was at 200.2 is what I was at.
Oh, okay. Let's just suffice it to say he's up a little bit. I'm up at 1.6. So that's from last week, which last week I was up a tiny bit also.
So I'm still chasing those hundreds numbers, but we'll get there in the next few weeks.
Yeah, so I'm on a 7.5 milligram dose. You're doing the 15 milligram dose,
yes,
right?
Correct.
I've been holding it at 7.5, trying to maintain, but the last 2 weeks, my weight's been creeping up a little bit. I'm thinking maybe next week I'll go up to 10. Maybe I'll go up to 10 for the remainder of December, because we've got some holiday parties coming up and some other things. And I feel like I'm able to out-eat my medication. I don't feel I'm having food noise, but I'm feeling like I'm not getting full as quickly as I maybe did at the beginning. I don't know if you have that same feeling.
Well, yeah, but I've had that really the first 3 doses for me where the satiety was almost extreme, almost to the extreme, like 3 bites, which I didn't really like that anyway. So now I can eat.
Yeah.
I feel like appropriately, not.
Yeah, I feel like I'm eating appropriately, but I'm up this week. So what does that mean?
Oh,
we were
but
traveling.
It's a function
we
of
had fast food.
Stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, the Amazon Prime Man is here. Yay! What is he bringing us today?
Hard to say.
Yeah, I also felt like when we got to my mom's house, my constipation had like peaked, and I meant to take some Mago
Didn't
7.
we have this conversation in the whole video?
This just happened this week. It's my constant conversation about constipation, is that things just they're just not moving through as well. I also didn't exercise. I didn't go to the gym. I just went to the gym once this week, and then we were traveling and the gym was closed and blah, blah. So I just felt like everything just slowed down and just sat. And then we got to the night before Thanksgiving, and my sister made beef tacos with fried tortilla shells, which were delicious, but that just sat. And then we had Thanksgiving, and anyway, so I got home and I took some Mago 7, and that always gets things moving for me. Mago 7 is just a magnesium supplement that's it says it's like a cleanse. We have it, if you want to check that out, it's available on our website at thedownsized.org. We have a link to the Amazon product. We are Amazon affiliates, so we do make a small commission if you click our link. But if you're having a problem with constipation, I really like this Mago 7 because I only take it, some people take it every day, but I only take it when I haven't gone in 3 or more days, and then it really gets things moving for me. You can check that out if you have a problem like me.
I don't ever have that problem.
He never has that problem. So he tends to have the opposite problem of it going through too quickly.
Rapid evacuation.
Rapid, yes. All right.
Anyway, so like a lot of folks, we traveled a little bit for the holidays. We had multiple holiday meals with family, with friends.
Yeah.
And pretty much we are where I figured we would be last week. If you watched last week's video, we're going to enjoy being with family. We're going to eat some food. If we're up a little bit, if we're down a little bit, it's okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't really, the thing that got me this particular year was it wasn't really the Thanksgiving meal itself. The Thanksgiving meal itself I ate small portions of my favorites, and it was fine. It's the days leading up to and then the days after, because the days leading up to, Christopher was cooking things to take to my mom's house. And so he wasn't cooking dinner. So he was like, okay, Laraine, you're in charge of dinner. That means nobody has dinner. Or it means dinner comes from an outside location. So we had and our girls were home, and they're slightly picky eaters. And anyway, so we had some fast food. We had some Chick-fil-A. We had Zaxby's. When we stayed in a hotel, and in the morning of Thanksgiving, my mom said, don't come over before 11 because we won't be ready, and make sure you eat something before you get here. So we're like,
we're not feeding you
because we're not feeding you breakfast. Okay, fine.
At least she told us.
At least she told us. Yeah. So we said, well, what's open on Thanksgiving? There's a Starbucks right outside the hotel.
There was a Starbucks, a McDonald's, and a Waffle House. So what are your 3 choices?
Yeah. So we decided on Starbucks, and I got a skinny vanilla latte, which is what I usually get. It's about 60 calories, I think, if I get the almond milk. So I sub almond milk for milk. I get the sugar-free vanilla syrup, and it's a latte, so it's the espresso shots. And I got it hot, and that usually will sustain me, but I felt like I needed some other breakfast because my mom wasn't serving Thanksgiving lunch till 1, which I know really meant like 2, which was what it turned out to be. And I didn't want to be like hungry. And so I got a Starbucks sausage and egg. It was like on a English muffin.
It was basically an Egg McMuffin.
Yeah, so I thought that would be a good choice because it had a lot of protein. But really, I ate that, and then I was like, I kind of wish I hadn't eaten it. And there probably were other choices that I could have made that were better, and that's just the choice I made because I think I wanted the sausage. I think the sausage just sounded good. What did you get at Starbucks?
I had the smoked bacon.
Oh yeah,
Gouda. That was a breakfast sandwich. It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't ever love their stuff. It's all frozen stuff anyway.
They just heat it up. It ate it up.
It's fine. It's expensive and
Yeah, it was a little expensive, especially times 4 because we had the.
Yep.
And then my son was at my parents' house too, so we took him he wanted a pumpkin cream cold brew, so we took him that. So yeah, it was a little expensive.
So we drove down to Charleston, South Carolina, the night before Thanksgiving. Had dinner at your sister's house.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next day had had Thanksgiving dinner at your parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Was there conversation about weight loss, GLP-1s?
I mean, they all know that we're on the medicine. My sister's a little, I want to say, salty about it. She says, yeah, everybody on my street's taking Ozempic. She's just somebody who's always just worked out very hard and managed her eating. And she has a lot of things she's allergic to, and she's a vegetarian, but she doesn't really like a lot of vegetables. So there's not a lot of things she actually eats. She still works out very hard and does a lot with that. And I don't think the subject really even came up. I mentioned our channel, I think, to my mom and dad, and I think we figured out my dad had watched.
Yeah, well, I think
videos.
he's fascinated by it.
Yeah.
If you're watching, hello, Ange.
My dad. So yeah, my dad's 83, so he's getting up there for sure. And my mom turns 80. So
he was quoting some things back to us that we had said, so he must have watched.
Yeah, he said, "Do you tell people you're not a doctor?" Oh, and by the way, we're not doctors. I don't think we've said that this particular video. So yeah, we're not doctors. We're just giving our own opinions
and experiences. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So
and he's fascinated by the whole idea that people watch from all over the world on YouTube, and he's like, "How does this work?" And
yeah, we just hit 7,000 subscribers today. So if you haven't liked and subscribed, please hit like and subscribe. We're really happy to hit that 7,000 subscriber milestone. We've reached it pretty rapidly. YouTube is really suggesting us, the more that you hit like and subscribe, the more YouTube suggests us to people that are searching for information on GLP-1. So thank you for hitting like and subscribe.
I had a couple of your family asked how much weight I had lost, which was weird.
Oh, I didn't hear them ask that.
They were nice about it. It wasn't like a big deal, but it's weird because that's not a topic that would ever come up.
Did you tell them?
Sure. If you ask, it's not like it's a secret. They can go watch the videos. So.
Yeah, no. And my sister's in-laws were also at Thanksgiving. We call them Captain Dad and Miss Ellie because Captain Dad used to be a nuclear submarine commander. So I always like to hear stories.
We had lots of good stories.
Stories about how he almost died off the coast of England once when his navigator lost his line of sight. Yeah. And he couldn't tell us that story a few years ago. It had just been declassified.
That's right.
Very interesting people to talk to.
So we did your parents, then we came home and I cooked a whole Thanksgiving dinner and we had friends over Saturday night, which was good.
Which was good, but then not for anything, he's a great cook, but so then I ate all the things all over again.
You know what? Cooking Thanksgiving dinner is my favorite thing in the world. That's what I look forward to every year. Last
night, I probably ate a little too much. I felt I felt stuffed, honestly, because I had, what'd you make? Turkey, dressing, gravy, sweet potatoes, green beans, macaroni and cheese.
Yep.
And then he made an apple tart. I made a pumpkin pie. And you made some kind of brownie dessert because our friends that came over, the husband, Adam, doesn't like pumpkin pie or apple pie. So Christopher made him a brownie.
Yep.
A brownie kind of thing.
But that's people are like, you can't cook anymore. You can't. I'm like, my goal for this is not to be perfect at all of this. It's to build a sustainable life. And for me, a sustainable life includes cooking. Includes celebrating holidays and being a part of Thanksgiving. I don't want to give up the things that I enjoy. So it's just, and these are things we don't eat. We don't eat those things all year round. There's no apple tart sitting around the house. I don't even eat the apple tart, but my oldest daughter loves it. Our oldest daughter requested the apple tart. And I had a piece of it at lunch today, which then the food's sitting around and it's so good that I want to eat the leftovers. I made smaller quantities, so there's not much left. There's not much left. And for lunch, we had some turkey. I had a little bit of dressing, had a little bit of gravy, and I had a piece of the apple tart. I would imagine probably when the girls go back to school, today and tomorrow, we'll probably be out of it
by then or whatever.
Yeah, get back into
Whatever's not out,
I think there's going to be some
out.
turkey soup. I think there's going to be some turkey soup coming out of that.
Oh, turkey soup would be good.
Yeah.
You also were going to make a turkey pot pie.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's the crust. It's the crust that gets you there with the calories, but it is delicious. So yeah,
We'll invite our friends over, and their children love a turkey pot pie, so we'll get rid of most of that stuff with them. That's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's December now. So what
December
plans do you
1st.
guys have going into the holidays? We're starting to think about content for the rest of the year, and then even going into the first of the year. So that traditional time when people want to lose weight, right? January is when people start thinking about it, making resolutions. So if there's topics or things you'd like us to talk about, let us know. We're happy to either do that or find somebody who can help us talk about it.
I was looking at my calendar and I noticed we have a couple parties coming up, and we are taking a cruise the day after Christmas through New Year's Eve. And I was trying to figure out when I wanted to take my shots. So I've gotten back to a Friday schedule. I did an 8-day shot window this time. I stretched mine out so I could get back on Friday so I could be back on the same day as Christopher. So then I was looking at the calendar and do I want to go through and do every Friday in December, because one of those Fridays falls when we're on our cruise. So I was thinking maybe I should shift it so I take it the Wednesday before, or maybe I take it when I come back. And then I was like, maybe we just take it with us.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, that's what you're doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we did last time we went on a cruise. So maybe we just take it with us. We have the travel case that keeps it cold. We have a link to that also on our
in the store.
Amazon store on the downsized.org. Again, we're Amazon affiliates, but we have a lot of products on our store that you can check out that you might like for your GLP-1 journey. So yeah, I think I'll take my shot on the cruise and just keep going with Fridays. And I think I will next week go up to a 10 milligram dose. And that's the nice thing about doing compounded is that, you know, you're drawing your medication out of the vial. So as long as you do your math right and make sure the units you're pulling out correspond to the milligrams that you want to have, then you're fine. So you might have to do some math. If you're cutting it in half, it's pretty straightforward, but then 10 is, anyway, math. So it'll be fine. So I think that's my plan for December. And then I'm going to have another colonoscopy probably in January. I should find out the dates for that this coming week. So then I'll know when to ramp off the medication for a week and then do the prep again. And I'll have to go downtown Charlotte to the hospital for that.
So speaking of Mochi, why don't you tell them how they can use Mochi if they'd like to?
Our online telehealth provider is Mochi Health. I've been with them since February of 2024. Been very pleased with their customer service. And actually, they just dropped their price again on compounded tirzepatide to $199 a month. They do have a monthly membership fee of $79, but they are now working with your insurance provider. If you have insurance, submit it to them and they'll see if maybe your insurance can cover some of that $79 membership fee, maybe drop it to $49 depending on your insurance. I have a code that you can use for $40 off your first order. We'll put it in the description. I believe it's QIY. I forget what it is. It's in the description. And then when you use the code, you'll save $40 off. I'll save $40 off. They give everybody codes. So go in and check out Mochi. They have a lot of good online providers. I've sent many people there and 99% of them have come back with good things to say about it. Since they did drop their price, I would say they are getting a lot of traffic and reorders and people coming to their website. So maybe just be a little bit patient with them. If you're wanting to start and you're wanting to start maybe for January 1st, I would say go ahead and go online and set up a online interview with the doctor and get that medicine like shipping so that it might take a couple weeks from the time you sign up to the time you get your medication. So just keep that in mind if you're starting or if you want to change from your current provider to Mochi.
And they'll be happy to do that. All right. What do we have coming up this week?
I think we're just back at it this week. I don't think we have anything really on the calendar. We're just back into our normal, our
I
normal
gotta
week.
get below this 200 pounds. I want to see that one number at the beginning.
Yeah, we need to get back on some good eating, some better eating, some better
We haven't been eating
exercise.
poorly. It's easier to be in the routine at home than
Yeah, of course, it's always easier at home than when you're traveling. So we can just get back to, we need to go to the grocery store. We need to figure out what we're going to eat this week. We don't generally meal prep, but we do talk about what we're going to eat this week and then go to the grocery store. So.
Yeah, maybe we'll do another Aldi grocery haul. You guys seem to have liked the Aldi grocery haul. So.
I always like shopping at Aldi.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So look out. There's several good interviews coming up over the course of the next couple of weeks. This week, we'll have James from Australia doing a follow-up interview. If you guys saw him several months ago, if you are on the live streams, you're seeing comments, his tag is a difficult nerd.
Yeah. If you want to be on the Downsized Dish and talk to me about your weight loss journey with a GLP-1, you can send me an email to Laraine@thedownsized.org. That's Laraine @thedownsized.org. I'll send you a link to our calendar and we'll get you signed up. We'll record the conversation, and then after Christopher does a little bit of editing, we put it out online for everybody to see. Now we have a good number of Downsized Dish interviews out there. You can go check them out. You might find somebody who looks like you, or if you don't see anybody that looks like you, that'd be a good reason for you to come on and talk with me about your journey. Everybody wants to see somebody that looks like them, and how quick did they lose weight, and how quick can I lose weight, and will this work for me, and did it work for them? Check those out.
All right, so watch for the news tomorrow. There's some great stories coming out. And if not, we'll be back next week to tell you where we are in our weekly weigh-in. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hit that alert bell. Make sure to join us on Wednesday at 7 for the Downsized Live, for our live stream. You can ask questions in the comments. We'll chat and talk, and a lot of times there's so many people on there, they may know the answers that we don't. So
are we going to have
better.
a members-only stream at 6?
We will do a members-only stream at 6 as well.
So we do have this thing called Club Downsized. Our content is always free, but if you'd like to support us a little bit further, we have a membership called Club Downsized. If you see a join button below the box here where we're talking, you can click it and it'll take you to our membership levels, and you can check those out. So we do have a members only live stream this week at 6 p.m. We'll send the link to our Club Downsized members. And for everyone else, the live stream will start at 7 p.m. So also on the members Downsized live stream, we have an option where if you want to click the button and join us live on YouTube, we can put you up in a little box next to us, and we can have a conversation. So sometimes people have done that, and that's fun. Get to talk to some different people. We hope you'll check that out.
Absolutely.
And that's about it.
So that's our weekly weigh-in for this week, the first week of December 1st, to be specific. My name is Christopher Durham.
And I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are The Downsized. See you next time.